Good morning, students. Today we discuss about MySQL and different SQL statements. First of all, what is MySQL? We are studying up from our book, so just go through it very carefully. MySQL is a freely available open source relational database management system. It means MySQL is a type of relational database management system which is based on relational model. In our last class, I have already discussed what is a relational model and different terms in the relational model also. In MySQL, it uses structured query language, which is also called SQL. SQL is structured query language. It is downloadable from the site www.mysql.org. So you can download freely from the site mysql.org. In a MySQL database, information is stored in tables. As it is based on relational database, so all the information, all the data is stored in the form of table, which is also called relation. A single MySQL database can contain many tables at once and store thousands of individual records. A table, or you can say a database contains many tables, so it contains thousands of tables or records means number of rows. So in a single database you can say, you can store multiple tables, and in each table you can store thousands of record means thousands of rows. In a single table you are able to store in a MySQL provides you with a rich set of features that support a secure environment for storing. It provides all the features of database, okay, security also, and maintaining and accessing data. You can maintain data and you can access easily data to all the users. MySQL is a fast, reliable, scalable alternative to many of the commercial RDBMS available today. It is the range of MySQL is very large. It can be used at any platform. At any platform means at any operating system. It is reliable, and it is alternative, it is the solutions to many of the commercial organization also. So most of the organizations are using MySQL as their database. MySQL database system. Now what is MySQL database system? What does it contain? MySQL database system refers to the combination of MySQL server instance and MySQL database. So MySQL is divided into two parts. It has server instance as well as database. MySQL operates using client server architecture. In it there is a client as well as there is a server. Okay, so it will works according to client server architecture, in which the server runs on the machine containing the databases and the client connect to the server over a network. So there is a server where your database, your actual data is stored, and the client connect to the server, okay, through the help of with the help of network. Now what does server contains? The server listens for the client request coming in over the network and access database contents according to those requests and provide that to the client. The server actually listen to the clients. If a client requests any need, any requirement from the server gives fulfill the requirement according to its need. What are clients? Clients are programs that connect to the database server and issue queries in a pre-specified format. Clients are nothing but they are the program. They request some data from the server with the help of program, and the server listen, understand the program, and take the proper action according to the programs given by the client. MySQL is compatible with the standard based SQL. There is a standard which is called SQL. So MySQL is compatible with SQL, which is structured query language. Okay, there is some difference between MySQL and SQL. Let us see. In order to access data within the MySQL database, all programs and users must use structured query language. So if you want to access MySQL database, you have to know what is SQL. SQL is a set of command that is recognized by nearly all RDBMSs. So SQL is a set of commands which is recognized, which is known by all the RDBMS. MySQL is a type of RDBMS. Despite of MySQL, there are several others RDBMS also, such as Oracle, such as MS SQL Server. Okay, so all these RDBMSs follow MySQL formats. The structured query language is a language that enables you to create and operate on relational databases. So with the help of SQL, you are able to handle any kind of data. So with the help of SQL, you are able to handle any kind of RDBMS data. Now, classification of SQL statements. SQL statements are classified into different formats. Let us see. SQL provide many different types of commands used for different purposes. So in SQL, there are different commands which have different works. SQL commands can be mainly divided into following categories. So the categories of SQL commands are: first one is data definition language, which is also called DDL. DDL commands that allow you to perform tasks related to data definitions. Okay, so data definition contains all those commands through which you define the data, how data is stored, how data is changed, how you can remove the data. Okay, how means the design of a structure of the table, how you can create. So creating, altering and dropping is comes under the DDL. Granting and revoking privileges and roles. Granting and revoking privileges means to give some power, to give some authorizations to the user, and to take some power authorization from the user. These are called authorizations. Privileges means power. And roles means you can handle this table, you are not able, you does not handle this table. These are roles. Okay. Maintenance command, there are several maintenance command also through which you are able to handle the databases. So all these types of command: create, alter, drop, grant, revoke, all these are data definition languages. Okay, so all these commands come under this category. Now second one is data manipulation language, which is also called DML. Manipulations means to make some changes in the data, and definitions means to create the definition, how to create a table, define the structure. Okay, all these are data definition. And to manipulation means to make changes in the data. Command that allow you to perform data manipulation, example retrieval means to fetch the data, insertion to create some row in the table, delete from the table, and to make some changes in the table of data stored in a database. So retrieval, insertion, deletion, modification of data stored in a database. Such commands are insert command, delete command, update command. All these are data manipulations language commands. Okay. Now transaction control language, which is also called TCL. Transaction control language, which is also called TCL. Command that allow you to manage and control the transactions. Transactions means when you execute a set of SQL statements, and the set of SQL statement will make some changes over the database. So to complete the changes, these set of commands are handled with the help of transaction control statement. It enforces the SQL statement that they must make some changes, and the changes made by this statement are permanent. So this is the task of the TCL statement, transaction control statement. A transaction is one complete unit of work involving many steps. So it is called a single unit of work which contains many steps. For example, making changes to the database permanent. If you change some data changes in the database, it will make it permanent. Undoing changes to the database. If you want to undo the changes you have made, so it will undo also. Creating save points, while different set of operations, if you add some save points, it will create some save points. Setting properties for current transaction, it will set the properties to handle that various types of transaction. So the commands in TCL statements are commit, which make changes to the database permanent. Undoing changes to database, the command used for this is rollback. Undoing changes to the database, the command is rollback. creating same point, create same point, setting properties. This is beyond our scope, so we will not discuss it. There are other categories of SQL command also, but about 3 categories of command are mainly used by the learners. So initially we have 3 commands. There are several there are other command also, but you have to study these 3 commands. Okay. Now in MySQL there are several data types used. Look at here, there are various data types used, but mostly we use int and we use varchar, char. So these are the basic data types. Date we also use. So just go through this table, and if you have any doubt regarding this table, you can ask me. These data types, you have to know their specifications. Okay, especially date, their format, date time, their format, timestamp, their format. So the format is important in case of date. Okay, here in case of varchar and char, varchar and char both are similar, but they have some different points also. Char is of fixed length, varchar is of variable length. Okay, so this is the main difference between char and varchar. Okay, last year I have also discussed with you what is difference between char and varchar. Okay, so just go through this table. These are the various data types, and this is the specification. This is the specification. Okay, read the specification also, so that it will be better for you. Now there is a difference between char and varchar. Here it is given. The difference between char and varchar is that of the fixed length and variable length. Char is of fixed length and varchar is of variable length. The char data type specify a fixed length character string. So if you define a column as a char, so the column has memory allotted of fixed length. Okay, when a column given data type of char n is the number of bytes, then MySQL ensure that all the values stored in that column have the length of n bytes. So whatever you have written here n, the MySQL will give all the cell have that particular n bytes. If a value is shorter than this length, then blank are added. So if the value is shorter than n bytes, then it will make the rest of the memory as a blank space, but the size of the value remains n byte. But the value size is n byte, despite of being it is smaller than n bytes. Okay, this is the specialty of char. Now varchar. Varchar on the other hand specify a variable length string. It will change the length of the string. When a column is given data type varchar n is the number of bytes, then the maximum size of the value in this column can have n bytes. So the value can be n bytes. Each value that is stored in this column store exactly as you specify, that is no blank are added if the length is shorter than the maximum. If the value of the column is less than n bytes, then no blank space is added or its length will be minimized. So this is the main difference between the char and varchar. So varchar is better option to choose other than char. Okay, so most of in our design tables we use varchar. However, if you exceed the maximum length n, then an error message is displayed, and if the length is increased by n, so the error will be displayed. It will not able to handle the table. So this is the major difference. Go through this. We will discuss how to write SQL in MySQL in our next class. Read it carefully, and different types of SQL statement. That's all for today. Goodbye.